Welcome to Season 1 of the PMO Community Podcast Series. I am Aina Elai, your guide on this engaging exploration in the world of PMO leadership, highlighted by our unique book writing challenge. This season promises a series of enriching interviews with our distinguished book co-authors. Today, I am thrilled to converse with Naomi Caietti, an esteemed enterprise and project management office consultant with 20 years of expertise across various industries, from healthcare to financial services and IT. Naomi is a LinkedIn top voice in project leadership and an award-winning businesswoman, author, speaker, passionately committed to making project leaders successful and inspiring women to lead. And today, we will dive into several thought-provoking topics, such as how the initial challenges that PMO faced 2 decades ago evolved to shape their current roles, and how have the new methodologies like Agile influenced the evolution of PMOs into strategic business partners. Also, what role for the Chief Project Officer enhancing the strategic alignment of PMOs with business objectives. Also, Naomi, based on her experience, will tell us what are some effective strategies PMO leaders can adopt to demonstrate value and secure executive buy-in. Then we will move on to the AI side and talk about how can PMO leverage AI and automation to enhance their capabilities and service delivery. And move on to the next question, which is what are the emerging trends that PMO leaders should be aware of to stay relevant and competitive? And finish the conversation with the next 3 questions, such as how does the role of PMOs in resource management and training contribute to the overall performance of an organization? What predictions we can expect about the future interactions between PMOs and AI technologies? And finish the conversation with the advice to the organization looking to establish a robust and forward-thinking PMO. So stay tuned as Naomi shares her profound insights and advice for navigating the complexities of modern project management. Don't miss out on our upcoming episodes. Follow us on social media such as LinkedIn, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music to stay updated. Hello, Naomi.
Good morning. Thank you for launching this effort for the Chief Project Officer book and podcasts. I've co-authored over 34 books in the project management leadership arena and wanted to expand my footprint with a global group of leaders to collaborate on this important topic.
And this is the best platform to do it. So thank you very much for joining me today and willing to share your knowledge with other industry leaders.
As a public sector employee and consultant over the last 2 decades, I've consulted to develop the evolution, to drive it, and to continue to do so today. So leading from the inside, working side by side with chief technology, chief project management officers, and ePMO teams, I've recognized the challenges to evolve their models, PMO products, services, and strategies in many of the top leading industries such as information technology, data center, healthcare, financial institutions, energy, higher education, and more.
Very profound experience. So maybe let's start our conversation with my typical question. Why did you decide to dedicate your time and knowledge to our book writing challenge, which is the evolution of a PMO, and voting for the role of the Chief Project Officer?
This particular topic has been out there being talked about, but I actually hadn't seen any publications that really brought a wide depth and breadth of leaders who are actually working out in the field, working in organizations, trying to evolve project management offices. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to collaborate with other leaders to bring more insights into a book that would offer many of the leaders out there who are in the field working with organizations and be able to give them more ideas and insights and strategies on how they can help their organizations be successful and add that value for their organization's return on investment.
Yeah, that was the reason why I started this book writing challenge. I also wanted to collaborate with industry leaders from all over the world. And I was so curious how people are running their projects and what is the history of PMO in their countries. And the best way of learning that is to set up a challenge and to invite people to share their knowledge. And I felt that if I invite people to write an article for this book with a common topic, it's going to be a very great insight, first of all, for myself and obviously for the PMO community. So I am so glad that the project is turned out well, and we are having this book launch in September 2024. And also that the project is evolved to the podcast, because when I started reading the articles and the chapters, I found out that there is so much knowledge which wasn't uncovered in the articles because of the limit of words for each. So that's why I started interviewing people and talking about their chapters here on the podcast, so we can have more taste on the ideas and also speak more about the specific test cases. So again, thank you, Naomi, and I won't keep our audience waiting. Just start the first question. I am wondering, from your perspective, what role for the Chief Project Officer is in enhancing the strategic alignment of PMOs with business objectives?
The Chief Project Officer really has a PMO leadership focus. The priorities of PMO executives in 2024 must be focused on driving growth, innovation, and agility. So right now, the world is changing at an unprecedented pace, and PMOs must adapt to stay ahead of the curve. So some key areas that they need to focus on are innovation. This is really at the top of their priority list. They need to maintain a culture of innovation within their organization by fostering an environment that encourages creativity, takes risks, and experimentation where failure is seen as a necessary step towards success. Agility is another key area they need to focus on. They need to prioritize agility in vetting and executing projects when needed, and data-driven decision-making. PMO executives must prioritize data-driven decision-making. Data is key in organizations, and those who can effectively leverage it will be the ones who will succeed.
Data is a key to making any decisions nowadays, and also alignment with agile methodologies and best practices from the past. I think that is going to be the best enhancement for any strategic alignment with business objectives. And with that, I am curious on your experience, if you can bring up any specific cases, Naomi, what are some effective strategies PMO leaders can adopt to demonstrate value and secure executive buy-ins? Because leaning on data, agile methodologies, and the historical lessons is definitely great, but if we don't secure the executive buy-in, all of this work is going to be done for nothing, unfortunately. So what do you think?
Based on my experience and my research, PMOs today need to shift to a better model to align with business objectives to deliver business outcomes and connect with business leaders to add value. There are many new models out there that have surfaced, and those are strategic PMO, hybrid PMO, agile PMO, virtual PMO, IT PMOs, and the business has seen impacts of implementing these. These shifts have taken place due to global changes in the marketplace, the Internet of Things, and emerging IT technologies. There also is another model that may be more of an enterprise project management office, or what we can refer to as an EPMO, or what some other larger organizations refer to as a center of excellence for larger or global organizations. And so these type of models, their success metrics look something like this. They work on far more projects than less capable PMOs. They've been in place for 6 years on average. They're more likely to report to an executive VP or above. They have a wide variety of roles within the PMO, from schedulers to planners or portfolio managers. They engage in tasks that impact strategic planning, governance, and portfolio management. But let's not forget about small and medium businesses. How could they reflect on this model to scale to meet their needs? This is something that has demonstrated value, and it will be up to your culture and your business needs, which model that you choose to implement.
Thank you, Naomi. It's definitely a proven model and approach of demonstrating value. So let's talk about something what is not proven yet, but everybody is talking about it. What I mean is artificial intelligence. So how can PMOs leverage artificial intelligence and automation to enhance their capabilities and service delivery?
Several years ago, I made 4 predictions and the statement in an article predicting the way PM would be disrupted. Number 3 was AI and robotics. So the Project Management Institute is today one of the leaders in the artificial intelligence space for the project management community. PMI CEO Pierre Lemond just launched a new AI-powered project management tool that will be your ally and project management co-pilot, PMI Infinity. This innovative tool was driven by artificial intelligence, is not only community generated, but also peer reviewed. And it's just the beginning. We'll see AI-driven analytics. AI may not be able to solve problems, but its data analysis tools are evolving quickly and can be spectacular depending on the tool and its inputs. AI can spot trends in data that PMOs can use to drive decisions or spot problems early. Task automation. AI can be used to improve productivity by performing what were once mundane tasks. You can use its chatbots for functions like spot spelling errors in your emails, entering data, creating a brief post in a social media account, etc. And then also evaluation of human capital. So this was something I found interesting. An article in the Harvard Business Review posits that AI will become a tool that managers can use to identify strengths within an organization and allocate resources accordingly to create a more efficient workplace that plays to the strengths of each individual. AI is being rolled out and tested and reviewed, and as tools are available, the community is being provided access to them. So there's just going to be so much change. And I just think that AI is here, I think I would have to say, and we need to pay attention and start learning more about it.
Absolutely. We definitely have to start learning more about it. And if someone from our listeners haven't started explore this tool, I highly recommend to start doing it right now or after you finish listening to us, because AI is not our future anymore, is our present. And as Naomi said, you can automate your routine tasks using AI. What I am doing and my job as an agile coach or as a project manager, and also even working on this podcast, it make my life much easier just to use artificial intelligence to create some scripts or validate my ideas or polish my grammar. So highly recommend to start using it because as I keep saying, it's not AI which replace the solid professionals. It's solid professionals who can use AI and know prompt engineering will replace those who don't know how to use this tool yet. So we were talking about AI, but let's move on maybe to a more broad topic about emerging trends. So Naomi, what are the emerging trends that PMO leaders should be aware of to stay relevant and competitive in the industry?
I touched on current trends that are on the horizon. The world is changing day to day. And so here are a few of my predictions. One of them is resilience planning. Project planning will increase and incorporate resilience strategies to anticipate and mitigate the impacts of climate-related disruptions on project timelines, resources, and outcomes. And PMOs will need to understand this not only for tasks specifically related to resilience, but also any long-term projects where resilience may play a role. Investment in green technologies and sustainable practice will become a core aspect of project management, with PMOs leading the change in adopting eco-friendly solutions and innovations. Companies and local governments are going to desperately need project managers that recognize and understand this. PMOs will play a key role in engaging stakeholders at all levels on the importance of sustainability, driving change across the entire organizational culture. In some cases, the PMO may need to be lobbying for green project management, even in organizations that are not concerned with it, to help move the project forward.
Yes, I really like that you mentioned Green PMO, because this is another book where Naomi and I are contributing about green PMO and green leadership, but that's a topic for another podcast. Also, what I like, Naomi, in your previous answer, you mentioned resource allocation and that AI might help in this comprehensive and complex tasks. So I want to finish our conversation today with a question on how does the role of PMOs in resource management and training contribute to the overall performance of an organization?
As we move into the second decade of evolution with over 5 generations in the workforce, PMO leaders must focus on 2 primary areas for continuous improvement and adaptation. Expand training and development that includes a career path. PMs in PMOs of any type of model need to have a career path so they're not only more effective in adding value, but they also can move from project to project and be able to address new business objectives and initiatives as they come forward. Artificial intelligence and automation with focus on augmentation and enhancement of skills in the 3 core areas of PMI's talent triangle: ways of working, power skills, and business acumen. PMOs need to focus on upskilling not only the project managers that they do have available to work on projects, but as they onboard new staff into the PMO, they need to provide them a career path, a training plan, and focus on training them to work on the projects as well as preparing them for their next projects. So making sure that they have a level set of skill sets to take on multiple projects at the same time, as well as be able to fully deliver that project that they're working on successfully.
Thank you very much, Naomi. And as our time slot came to the end, I just want to express my gratitude to the PMO community team, and special thanks to our volunteers on the podcast side for making this episode possible. And stay tuned for more captivating insights for interviews in our upcoming episodes. And don't forget to follow us on social media such as LinkedIn, Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music to stay updated. And if you find this episode valuable, please remember to like and share it. And feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, Aina Alive, with any questions or requests. And for all of the latest updates, make sure to follow us on our social media. And Naomi, thank you very, very much for this enlightening discussion, and hope to talk to you again in the near future.